I was not resting. I've been back and forth to the hospital with Pastor Moore and doing this new position in Jonesboro and going to class and going to work and started to not feel well. And it was Monday morning and I was running late and I already used up 2 sick days. I had one more to go. So there was a young man that because they pick up the bus in my neighborhood, the bus comes through there and picks up the kids, and I usually get out the house about 7:30, crank up the car, go back inside. So this young man stopped me to live down the street, about 16 years old, go to Redan High School, said, you know, are you going by Redan? Now I have a set route that I go to work. And I know how much time it takes me to get from my house to my job. Now I don't be to work, you know, I don't get to work early, but I get there on time. Right on time. I already got my routine down. But I wasn't feeling well, and I was already running late, and I just didn't want it on me that this kid would miss a day of education. So I had to call my boss and tell her I'm running late and not feeling well while he's in the passenger seat of the car. So something said, let me ask him, what time the bus comes? Because I used to be in high school too. Amen. And you know, he told me they got a new bus driver, and the bus driver came early. Look at here. I ain't no fool. You know, I've been there before. I got a bachelor's degree now, working on a master's. I've been to high school. So I got smart. Well, let me finish telling you the story, then I tell you how I got smart. So told me he got the bus coming at 7:25. It was a little after 7:30. 16 years old. Told me his name and everything. Now, I went the quickest way to get to Redan, away from the traffic, so I wouldn't be too late for work. Now, instead of me pulling into the school, you hear me? Anything. But when he came to himself, and I'm finished, how many of my father's hired hands have bread and to spare, but here I am, dying of hunger. How far out do you have to be to hear the voice of God? Amen. Come on. Now God been talking when you was in the house. God was talking when you stood up and said, give me what's mine. God was talking when you had your Walmart bag and walked out the house. God was talking when you out here spinning up everything, doing what you think you're grown enough to do. Amen. God was talking when you ran out and begged somebody to hire you. But you didn't hear God until you found out that nobody was going to give you nothing. And you didn't have no place else to turn. My father, he says, he realizes what he had all along. I actually disrespected my father because I thought I was wrong. I thought whatever I was thinking was right. And here, my Father, my home, has all of this. Everything I needed.
Yes, Lord.
Didn't lack anything.
Thank you.
And I took everything that I had, which was only a little bit.
Come on, man. Make it plain.
When I got in the car and cranked it up and left home, the car was already on E. So I already left the house with everything, but it wasn't enough anyway. And now I have nothing. How many times have you heard the voice talking to you in a place of solitude?
Yes. All right. Yes.
How many times have you heard the voice of God talking to you when you've done everything that you thought you was big and bad, everything big enough and bad enough to do? That God has to bring you down to a low place. Just God will give you space to come to Him. Humble yourself before Him.
Yes.
But if you don't do it, if you don't take advantage of it, God is God and big enough to do it for you.
Amen.
And when He put His hand on it, you're going to wish you ever did it right the first time.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. Amen.
He didn't know what he had because he was caught up in selfishness and pride. And even at this point, he didn't know how in the world he could return back home after everything he had done. But he came to himself. And then he says in 18, and I'm gone, I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired hands. So he set off and went to his father, but while he was still far off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his slaves, quickly, bring out a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger, and shoes on his feet, and get the fatted calf. Kill it. Let us eat and celebrate. Let us dance. Let us praise. Let me give more to the Father. Celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and found, and they began to celebrate. Let me tell you something. There is no celebration than celebrating when you realize that you have fell from the graces of God and have found your way back to the ark of safety, where there is shelter, where there is providential care, because nobody, and the old people were right, there's nobody that can do you like Jesus. don't care how old you are, how grown you think you may be, how many letters are behind your name. There's a hog pen with your name on it. With a little help. But God is going to speak to you in the place of solitude. The voice in solitude. God bless you.